the cruel yoke of destiny be lifted when night falls. Destiny cannot escape my sword. Your ruin fast approaches. I shall present you with a chilling chaos.
So yeah, we got Straze now, guys. Let's take a look at these base stats. Take a look at that eyeball. All right, let's move forward. There we go. So we have Cigarette's base stats. We have a self imprint of attack. We got a release imprint of attack. 1228 attack, pretty good. 5784 health, pretty good. He's got good base stats. These are good base stats. He gets crit damage in his awakening. He gets crit chance in his awakening. I think this is like Taurus warriors, I think, have the best DPS warrior stats in the game. Some other ones are decent. I think this is like the best stat line that a warrior can have. So let's go ahead and dive into his skills. You guys have probably already seen this. This isn't a reaction type video for me. I watched the live stream, so I know what the stats look like. I know what the skills are, and yeah, we're just gonna kind of like dissect them a little bit here over the next, I don't know, 10 or so minutes. So we got his skill 3 star extinction, basically where he cuts all the planets in half. Attacks all enemies with a sword, penetrates defense of the target with the highest max health by 30%. When the caster's attack is greater than the penetration target's attack, penetration rate increases proportional to the difference up to a maximum of 100%. When the enemy is defeated, it gives him invincibility to the caster for 1 turn. 30% more damage in the awakenings with a turn off the cooldown, making it a 5 turn cooldown. And this isn't his soul burn, okay? So basically the way this is worded, he attacks all enemies with an AoE. It's only going to penetrate the defense of the target with the highest max health. So that would be the tankiest unit on whatever team you're fighting. So like they show in the example in this video is FCC, who is also holding an Arius. So like she took a shit ton of damage and died. He's like a tank buster. Could also be killing Soul Weavers. You know, if Carrot has the highest health on the other team, he could be a Carrot killer. So yeah, he's a tank buster. Assuming, you know, they don't build him weird or whatever. The defense isn't going to matter because he's going to penetrate it. When the attack is greater than penetration target's attack. I don't know how that scales yet. The game's down for maintenance right now, so we'll see when it's back up. This video will be done and edited by time the servers come back up. So that won't be in this video. It'd be something to like maybe put in the comments later if you guys see that. I'm assuming like most of the time, whatever target he hits is gonna be upwards of around 80 to 100% armor pin or defense pin. It's gonna be pretty average because you're gonna like he's got good base attack. You're gonna want to imprint him with the imprints from the gold transmit stones in the shop. So yeah, I think it'll be at least 80% most of the time. Unless like when you go to kill a Carrot, for example, and the Carrot has high attack, that difference is going to be much smaller, so you're not going to get as much pin. It'll pin by 30, which is still pretty nice to have. I'm guessing you could throw him on 1 penetration set, and that would make it a 45 out the gate, which might not be a bad idea. But, you know, he's probably going to want to be built on speed immunity, like every other unit in the fucking game, pretty much. So yeah, let's move on to the skill 2. Okay, we got Destructive Gaze here. Attacks all enemies with a wave of force and dispels 2 buffs. So, yeah. Ignores effect resistance of any targets with attack lower than the caster's attack. When there are 3 or fewer enemies, damage dealt increases. Damage increase by what? Another 30%? That's pretty nice in his awakenings. You soul burn it, it has a 1 turn cooldown, which is fucking disgusting, actually. 10 souls for a 1 turn AoE strip. This guy's actually going to dismantle buff teams. And the fact that he ignores effect resistance, there's not many units he's not going to strip, right? Based on how he's built, honestly, I feel like you're going to want to build crit damage on him still, but you want his attack to be greater than like everything. And I think like a safe attack is going to be like 4,400 to have it, you know, higher than a good amount of Carrots in the meta, right? Because generally Carrot has around 4K, 4.1, maybe 4.2K attack. So I think you're going to want more than that. And same with SSB, like higher attack percentage SSBs with drink are going to have upwards of over 4K as well. So I think a good baseline to shoot for might be like 4,500 because you're going to want to ignore effect resistance. I don't know if it takes into effect 15%. It might, but I'm not sure. If it doesn't take into effect 15%, then you don't even really need his attack to be that high, because there's not going to be, like, Carrot's really not going to have, like, those high attack units aren't going to have resistance anyways. So it, you know, aside from a little bit of spillover, so it's not going to matter. And all the units with really high ER, he's going to strip regardless, because his attack is always going to be higher than theirs. Unless they do some niche build like a DJ Bassar that has a lot of attack or something. But there's still going to be no way that this, you know, while stacking effect resistance, that they're going to be able to have enough attack to prevent you from stripping it. It's just not going to happen. So all the units in the game that he's going to want to strip, he will strip pretty much. You know, this is a really good ability. And the fact that you could soul burn it for a 1-turn AoE strip, generally they don't, like, you know, maximum 2 buffs or whatever. Like, this guy actually dismantles Maid Chloe. Deanne wasn't really great in the meta because of Landy right now anyways, and he dismantles her even further. Generally, like, there's always an attack buff on a team through G-Perg or, you know, other units like that. Immunity strip. Yeah. So you could opt to go with his S3 or his S2, his turn 1. Like, there's so many different ways you can build this guy. I'm actually looking forward to, like, how people build him and what people come up with. But yeah, so let's check this out real quick.
소울 10개 사용 시 해당 스킬 쿨타임이 2턴 감소합니다.
Okay, they're just showing the soul burn there. Where's the strip? Show me the strip.
증가합니다. 소울 10개 사용 시 해당 스킬 쿨타임.
That hit pretty hard too. I don't know what artifact he was on. Actually, wait, that's from the, let's see. Is this the same team?
무적을 발생시킵니다.
Yeah, that 35k damage, guys. Granted, that was with Arius. But you know, don't trust him here. This could be naked. He's only got 12k health too. So like, you're gonna want to build him more bruisier than that, or he's just gonna fall over. I'm guessing like at least like 14, 15k health if you're gonna build him bruiser. I mean, you could build him fast to have him just delete something too, or you could build him on counter. You could build them probably on lifesteal. I honestly see so many different ways you can build this unit. It's actually insane. Yeah, let's go up. And the reason why I think counter may be good is because of powerful strike here. This is S1. He gains 20% CR. It's only damage in the skill ups too. So it's already max 20%, and he just gets another 30% damage. He literally gets, I think, like 30% damage on every ability through skill ups. That's a lot of damage. So yeah, he just gains CR. That's why I think counter might be a possibility. 20% CR is a lot. In this meta, I honestly don't know how he's going to perform. Like, I'm kind of struggling in the meta right now, but I think it's more because, like, I'm so behind on gear. Like, I've climbed up into champion, but, like, and I've still got over 70% win rate, but, like, I'm kind of seeing, like, the weaknesses in my account. Because, like, I still don't have a speed contester, so when, like, someone picks cleave, I just kind of lose. So I need to, like, work on that a little bit. I've just been farming immunity stuff nonstop. And then, like, with this upcoming month of, like, buff events, I'm going to be farming my ass off. So hopefully I can fix some of the issues with my account to where I can climb and at least, like, maybe not hit legend, but I would like, you know, at least like to push, you know, attempt it. Get into legend at the beginning of the season. Maybe not hold it all season, but at least get up there and play at that rating. You know, don't necessarily have to keep it. Yeah, I don't know how he's going to be in the meta. I think he's just going to be a good unit to pick. He's going to be a good unit to have. Broman is on his banner, who's kind of meh right now, but he was very good at one point. If the meta ever shifts back around to debuffs, which I don't see how it will, though, with the changes they made to RTA, but if it ever switches back to around debuffs, Broman was very good at one time. So there's that. I think Straze, he's going to fit, like, you could draft him in almost any kind of team comp, really. If you want to go slow team comp, very tanky team, double Soul Weaver Knight, Straze, he's going to take their tankiest unit out most likely. You could build kind of like a pseudo cleave team that's all fast to build him like a blue key, say, build him fast and just have him delete something. Like, you could build him on counter set. You could build him bruiser and lifesteal. Like, there's a lot of viable builds, I think, like fun ways you can build this unit. So get creative with them if you pull them. Figure out what you want to do. Attack set's getting buffed. So maybe he's a unit that wants to hold on to a good attack set because he wants that really high attack to increase his armor pin. I do think you're going to want crit damage on him. He's a very stat-hungry unit for sure. Like, you don't need effectiveness, effect resistance, but you're going to want immunity on him because he's going to be a big threat to your opponent, whoever you're playing against. He's going to be a threat. They're going to want to take him out, so you're going to want immunity on him. You're going to want him bulky, so he doesn't get one shot by something. Landy is still very oppressive. Carrot is still very oppressive. I don't think he's on Carrot levels of busted. I don't think he's on Landy levels of busted. Landy with Guiding Light. Maybe Landy without Guiding Light, he's better than, but Guiding Light makes Landy fucking busted. So there's no unit that you can put on a warrior that makes them busted. The options I see, probably Sigurds. You're going to want to build him as a bruiser. Give him really high attack so he can take advantage of that Sigurds. Use him as a strip turn 1. And then when it comes around, say he's at like half health from getting hit, takes the next turn, maybe you can boost him up with some CR or get some buffs on him after that. Get him a barrier. He's still loath while he's got that Sigurds proc for that extra 25% attack, and then you blow something up. Or you blow something up from the get-go. Like he's very versatile in the way that you use him. And I think he's going to be a fun unit. So definitely pull for him. As if you're wondering him or Ruel. Ruel's good, but she's not like super good right now. I mean, if it's really up to you who you want more. I think you're going to want Straze more. I want Straze more, but I already have Ruel, so I think even if I didn't have Ruel, I would still want to get this unit for him, more. He reminds me of Nightmare from Soul Calibur. So that's my thoughts. How would I build him? Well, we all know I don't have speed gear, so I would probably just build him like a bruiser. I was like messing around on I have a max level Sigurd. I was kind of looking at stats. I think what I came up with was like he was like around 4k attack on immunity. I think he was around like 170 speed with 14k HP, 1.4k defense. And then like, I think it was like 260 crit damage with around, I think, like 96 crit or something, I think is what I came up with my gear. I think those are pretty good stat lines. You can make him faster than that. You can make him tankier than that. You can make him do more damage than that, That's just what I kind of fumbled around with my gear. And that was without self-imprints, so his attack would be a little bit higher maxed out. As for artifacts, like I was saying, I think Sigurds is probably the best option. You can build them really slow, sacrifice some crit, build some more attack, and build them on Hellcutter. I think that's going to be very viable as well. Stack up those Hellcutters, give them like fucking 220, maybe 230 crit damage. Give them like 70% crit, 72% crit, whatever it takes for you to fucking get some Hellcutter stacks before he takes his turn. Put him on immunity. Give him like 4,800 attack, and then let that Hellcutter stack up and demolish something. You could build him like that too. Like I said, lifesteal might be an option, but I think he's so stat hungry that I don't think you can afford to put him on lifesteal. You're going to have to support him with your team, or you're going to need some insane lifesteal gear. Like it has to be like max rolled all the way through to make up for all the stats you're going to lose. Because like I said, with attack set now, you get 45% attack, 5 max rolls, right? Considering a max roll 9, yeah, it's 5 max rolls now. He's got good base attack. He wants attack, so I think attack set would be pretty good on him. I probably wouldn't do destruction set, like either speed set or attack set. That's what I'm thinking. You get a lot more value out of speed, but you get more value out of attack now too. So, like, I'm just rambling now about I'm just kind of spitting like ideas, but I think I'm gonna end the video here. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you later. Peace.
Fuck.